is a 10-minute video for some balance exercises. So we're going to start off by standing on one foot. So tighten your tummy muscles. Imagine Maltesers resting on the top of your shoulders and you don't want to fall off. You're going to imagine a piece of string at the back of your head stretching up towards the ceiling, an apple underneath your chin, and try and lift that foot up into the air. If you find it's a little bit wobbly, then you can use a dining chair or even the kitchen surface for a little bit of support. And you can make that more difficult by bringing the knee up higher and then back down. Good, and then same on the other side. Again, be using the chair or a kitchen surface or a dining table for a little bit of support. Another thing you're wanting to watch for is the arch, so the inside of the foot isn't collapsing. So when you stand on one foot, you want to imagine as though there's a raspberry just resting into the inside of your arch, and you don't want to squish it because you're stood on a cream carpet. Just going from one side to the other. This is also a really good exercise that you can do when you're brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle to boil. Then we're going to make that slightly more difficult. Again, you can be using the surface to help, give you a bit of support. You're going to turn your head. Because often when we're balancing, we use kind of a visual thing to help us. But if we try and take that away, it makes it a little bit more challenging. Looking up and looking down. Good, and then change sides. But again, you can be using the support, so I'll show you with the chair. And make sure you're not leaning everything on it, just a very light bit of support so you're still challenging your balance. But again, still think about tightening your tummy muscles, Maltesers on shoulders, and your raspberry underneath your chin. Good, I'm going to do one more on those at each side. It's difficult, especially with the sun in your eyes. Good, and then again on the other side. Good, and back down. Perfect. Right, we're going to do some single leg balance now. Again, the chair's there for support if you need it. I'm going to straighten one leg out. Again, tighten your tummy muscles, shoulders back. You're going to bend the leg that you're standing on just over your toes and then back up. Again, if you find it's a bit wobbly, just use the chair. So from the side, it will look like that. What you're also wanting to do whilst you're doing these is making sure your knee isn't dropping inwards, that it's staying kind of over your third toe. So when you bend, you're not getting the collapsing through the arch, the squishing of that raspberry. You've got to control that knee to get a little bit more stability around the leg and to help with your balance. You're just going to do 3 more on this side. If you want to make it more difficult, then you just take that lower, you can pop your arms in front of you as well. Good, last one. Fab, and back up. And again, 10 on the other side. Watching that knee control. Again, you can use that chair for a bit of support. Keeping that knee nice and still, make sure it's not dropping down and make sure it's not kind of wobbling as we lower. Try and control, so even if that means you don't go as far to begin with as you bend the knee, and then as you get stronger and gets more stable, you can take that a little bit further. 4 more. Keeping those shoulders nice and level. Good, last one. Again, once you make it more difficult, you can really drop down. Perfect, and then relax. Next, we're going to do some heel raises. Again, it's there if you need it. tighten your tummy muscles. Imagine that piece of string still attached to the back of your head and someone's just pulling you up into the air, so lifting through those heels and then back down. So it'll look like this. And with this one, what you're wanting to make sure is that the ankles stay nice and straight as you come up. They're not dropping out to the side. So some of these are really quite nice to do in front of the mirror as well. And again, can be done when you're brushing your teeth or you're waiting for the kettle to boil. Good, just 3 more. Last one. Good, and then a little bit of a wiggle. Now what we're going to do is make that a little bit more difficult. Again, the chair's there if you need it. So what it is you go the same as before, but then we're going to bend both knees, keeping the heels up, drop the heels down, and then straighten the leg. So you do both heel lift, keeping the heels up, tighten those tummy muscles, bend the knees, drop the heel, and then straighten. So this is what it looks like from the side. So really challenging the balance. What you're wanting to make sure on this one that you're keeping that ankle stability, but as you drop down, make sure the knees don't go together. Keep those knees hip distance apart to really work the glutes, but also to improve knee stability and ankle stability, and to challenge those core muscles. Again, that chair is there if you need it. Feel it working through the quads as well. Really good one also before you go running, because it gets lots of muscles switched on. Good. Just 3 more of those. Good, last one. And a little bit of a wiggle. Right, now we're going to do some standing, but lifting the leg out to the side. The chair is there if you need it. So tighten your tummy muscles, shoulders back, Maltesers are still on there, and you've still got your raspberry underneath the arch of your foot. You can imagine so you've got headlights attached to the front of the hip, keep them beaming forward, make sure the hips are rock back. So lifting the leg up into the air and then back down. Making sure as you get that lift, you're not leaning at all. The lift comes from the bottom, but not only is this strengthening your bottom muscles on the side, it's also helping to challenge your balance. You can also do it with a slightly bent knee as well, which will work kind of your knee stability and balance at the same time. Or you can be with the straight leg and just have that chair for a bit of support. Good, we're just going to do 3 more. And then change sides. Set yourself up, make sure your hips haven't rocked back, and lift and lower. Good, 5 more. Again, you can do that with a bent knee as well. Good stuff, and back up, and a little bit of a shake. And just 1 more to finish. What you're going to do is imagine as though you're walking along a tightrope and pop 1 foot in front of the other. Really kind of close together so you're in that straight line, and then try and balance. And it can often be a little bit wobbly to begin with. It's kind of not a position that we put ourselves in, but it's a really good one for balance, ankle stability and core stability. Again, can be done when you're kind of in a queue anywhere, or waiting for the kettle to boil, or things like that. And if you're finding that okay, to make it more difficult, you can add in your head turns again. Or you can close your eyes. Really challenges it, and back up. Now we're going to do the same on the other side, because then we're coming up to our 10 minutes. Good. And again, the way that we can make that more difficult is turning your head. Naturally, you'll want to take your stronger foot behind first, so you might find that this side, kind of the one that you've done second, might be a little bit more tricky. Good, and again you can even do it closing your eyes, which really causes those ankles to wobble. And again, can be done when you're peeling the potatoes, brushing teeth, waiting for the kettle to boil. All these exercises where you don't look too strange if you're doing them in public or in your own house. There you go, that's a lovely 10-minute balance exercises. I hope you enjoy it, and do some of those things regularly through the day, and the balance muscles really do get strong quicker as well, so you'll really start to notice your improved balance within a couple of weeks if you're doing these things every day. You can even time yourself of how long it takes to stand on one leg before you have to drop the foot, and then kind of measure that to see how much you're improving with these exercises. Bye!